big dogs, let's free. Me falling off anytime soon, no way. I'm about for a lifetime, and it is. And I get money, that shit ran in my family. Let them goons get on your head, and from Los Angeles. Anything I ask you to do, people leave they handle it. I got one question, that's answer it.
Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of Who's on Top Sports, covering everything NBA related. No team with me today, but I got you covered. So let's get right into it. This past week was a very sad week, filled with lots of grieving. As you may know by now, Kobe, passed away on Sunday. Helicopter accident, took the league by storm. A lot of players couldn't play. They were missing games, going to grieve. Just couldn't see the public, couldn't deal with it. The Lakers and Clippers game was postponed. That was for Tuesday. It got postponed. Just last night, the first game back at Staples Center for the Lakers was a big tribute. LeBron said some powerful words. Melo didn't even show up. He just was on record saying that Kobe had recently spoke to him via text and was telling him that he was going to be at that game to come see them play. He couldn't even drive himself to come to the game. So it's been a very, very, very tough week for a lot of the NBA community. And I just want to share my thoughts on Kobe as like a person. And I've been noticing this for like the last year or so, and I wanted to speak on it. I just think it was very solid of him how he treated LeBron. A lot of the older guys from the past generations didn't really embrace LeBron as much as you would think they would. As revolutionary he is to the game. But I feel like Kobe, he had no problem doing that. And I know a lot of the media wanted to pit them against each other for most of their careers. But I thought it was real solid the way he approached LeBron. The way he wasn't scared to give LeBron his credit when he achieved so many milestones. And I thought that was what made the league take this big of a hit, because as good as Kobe is and was, and as great as he is and was, he didn't block himself off from the up and coming stars, and that's why a lot of people are hurt, like Kyrie Irving, big age gap. Melo, D Wade, Bron, Chris Paul. Like, he touched so many people because he just loved hoops. It wasn't about none of the other stuff. He would give you your respect if you could ball. And so I just respected Kobe about that. And rest in peace to that man. Pray for his family and everybody involved. Going to hoops, Damian Lillard, Dame Dollar, that Oakland kid, whatever you want to call him. He's been on a tear these last 10 games. Just last month, really. In this month, he's averaging 39, 8, and 6, I want to say. Shooting 50% from the field, 47 from 3. I said 47 from 3. He's ridiculous. Last night, Go be with Avery Bradley. Go be with Rondo, because get them a hug if you're next to them. Because what that man was doing to them, you would have think they said something. Come on, man. He was burning them from deep. He dunked on 2 people. It was just getting out of control. It was getting out of control, and that was a big win for them. And I just the question that was posed to me was, do I think Damian Lillard can will the Blazers into the playoffs? And last week I was on record saying, to the crew, like, if I'm betting on anybody in that AFC race, I will bet on them, because they have a team of Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, Trevor Ariza, Melo, Hassan Whiteside, who's been playing great this year. If I'm a bet on anybody, I feel like they will come through. And this past week they've been living up to it. With the addition of Ariza, who's been fitting like a glove, they beat the Pacers, the Rockets, and now the Lakers. These are 3 playoff teams, not, bottom of the barrel playoff. These are 3 legit playoff teams. Some might say the Rockets are contenders, Lakers are favorites, and the Pacers are a good team. We're not gonna sleep on them. So yeah, the Dame has the Blazers playing very good right now. Perfect time to start hitting their stride. CJ is getting back together, coming off an ankle injury. Nurkic's return is on the horizon. I think they're projecting after the All-Star break, so in about 2.5 weeks or so. Zach Collins is due back in March. I think they can definitely run off a solid February. I think they can run off about get to a point where they're 15-5 in their last 20 or something like that. So once they start putting games like that together, I feel like Dame can get them in that AFC. I would say 7, but I feel like they're too far behind that. OKC has been playing extremely well. They have a good team over there. I always question Billy Donovan's ability to coach in the NBA, but he's been doing a great job this year. Or we can give all the credit to CP. I don't know. I'll let y'all do that, but I just feel like them last couple of years with the stars he's had, they should have been way better. And now he has a team he can actually coach. I feel like he can talk to these players, and they listen to his philosophy. And look how that's turning out. If the question is, do I think Dame can will his team into the playoffs? I certainly do, and I think he's showing everyone. And my next question would be to y'all, if he does that and keeps up the play that he's been playing with since the New Year's, he has to be getting MVP votes when it's all said and done. Think about that. But speaking of awards, individual awards, or what should be individual awards, we're going to shift to the All-Star game. First of all, they have a new format, scoring format. The team that's leading at the end of the third quarter, so say I have 80 points, say Team LeBron has 80 points and Team Giannis has 70, they're going to add 24 points to that 80, which will make 104. And in the fourth quarter, no shot clock, first team to 104 from those third quarter scores. So, yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. They're trying to do anything they can to make the game more competitive, but I don't know. These big money players, man, and it's supposed to be a dang near holiday. Like, you're gonna have to pay them a little bit more. And we talking M's, we not talking thousands. I feel like they're gonna want some M's. I don't blame them. You got players like LeBron, Giannis, these boys, they going hard to position themselves for the playoffs. They're not playing 82. They trying to play. You get what I'm saying? At least another 16. So this is supposed to be a break for them. I feel like they're gonna have to add some better incentives to get them to, if they don't think they're playing hard. And I don't want to say too, just because the scores are more, I want to argue this too. Like, just because the scores are higher, I don't necessarily equate that to lack of defense. Because you have to look at what's going on the court. Like, you have legit lineups across the league with all 5 players being able to shoot threes, like being, legit 3-point shooters. Like, it ain't no more times where it's like, oh, this player, Bruce Bowen, he just out here because he played good defense. Raja Bell just out here because he played good defense. Like, no, like, if you're going to play good defense, you got to be able to be a knockdown 3-point shooter as well. Like, so it's, he out here, he Kendrick Perkins, he going to protect the paint. No, if you're going to protect the paint, you got to be a valuable asset on the offensive end as well. So, I feel like that needs to be highlighted as well. Like, not just, oh, nobody's playing defense. No, everybody's a scoring threat now. Like, let's get them some credit on that end. And now you give them the All-Star game, so everybody is top-notch scorers. What do you think? It's not going to be 103 to 104, no matter how hard of defense they play, because the best defenders aren't in the All-Star game because they're not, they're not that. Like, you can put I don't even know who's supposed to be good defenders no more, but because everybody's good at offense, so I don't know. But they can keep on trying to tweak stuff. But I want to get into the snubs. The reserves were announced on Thursday night, and you can argue a lot of different people, but the two that stand out are Bradley Beal and Devin Booker. These are two guys average 28 or better. I'm not sure the particular number, but 28 points. We're gonna say that. And they're the first in years. Like it's all over. It's all over all over Twitter, all over ESPN. Like it's absurd. Like this is and I want to hear, like, they need to go ahead and release the qualifications when they're voting, or the coaches are voting for reserves. What makes a player an all-star? Because if we're being for real, and as much as they want to criticize and laugh and stuff, the only people who get it right is the starters, the fan votes. They're the only ones who you're never gonna be like, oh, they're not all-stars. Like, let's keep it all the way tall. They're the only ones who every time it's like, okay, yeah, those are the real starters. When it comes to the reserve, that's when the coaches start snubbing people. Like, you really gonna tell me you a coach and Bradley Beal, like, that's on your list, you're not putting him. You about to put, whoever, but you're not gonna put Bradley Beal after what he been doing to teams this year with the team he's on. Come on. And it's not, I don't know. I can't really go for it. I just can't go for it. In the East, they literally gave like all the teams in the top 6 or whatever 2 all-stars. Like the Raptors got 2, the Bucks got 2, Philly got 2, Miami got 2, Boston got 2. That's 10 of the players right there. The Nets got none. Could have gave Dinwiddie a spot if y'all not gonna give Kyrie. The Magic didn't get any. Could have gave Vucevic a spot. He's averaging a double-double. So like, and this is what I'm saying. And this is why it doesn't make sense. Like, you go to the other side on the West, the Clippers, what they 33, 34 wins. They only got 1 all-star. But you go to the East and y'all really ignoring everybody else. And y'all just going to say, well, we're just going to give 2 all-stars to these good teams over here. That doesn't make sense. Y'all not handing out tools over there, because Lou Williams should have made it. If y'all not going to give it to Paul George, Lou averaging with Kyle Lowry averaging in the West. What are we going to do? Devin Booker right there fighting. Another team fighting for the 8th seed. Crazy numbers. No nod. Nothing. We straight on him. How's that making sense? I'm talking to you. This is sincere. How's that making sense? I don't get it. One day they'll get it right. I just don't get it. I thought this was for the fans. Like, I don't even understand why the coaches get a vote in this anyway. Personally, what I feel like they should do is they should tweak the fan voting experience. Like, make it so that their qualifications, so that you're not even on the list for the fans to vote. So, the Carusos of the world, the Zaza Pachulias of the world don't even get it. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta be top 2, top 3 in stats on your team to even be put on the list for your team. So say each team get the top 3 players on their team are voted. Or matter of fact, better yet, each team nominate the 3 people from their team to be put in the pool. Or matter of fact, I'm going to take that back too. Yeah, I'm going to take that back too. Your starting 5 and your 6th man is nominated. So now when the fans vote, that's what we get. 6 players from each team. That's all the positions. And you vote. So when they do the numbers, and because there's no reason, that's another thing I don't like. There's no reason for us to see who came in 5th, 6th, and 7th if that's not going to factor in to if they're a reserve. That's crazy. Because I really wish I had it up, but just for argument's sake, let's say Bradley Beal was 4th in the East in guards, in voting, in fan votes. I don't know if that's how high or low he was, but let's just say that. And he don't make it, It's crazy. That's what the fans voted for, though. And his stats to back it up. But, I feel like that will work because, you just take the fans' vote. Because isn't this a fan-driven thing? Like, how are fans going to mess up stats then? Like, I feel like that should give that should be given a look. I think it'll work personally, because that would eliminate that. I feel like that would eliminate the excess of trolling votes. You know, the Carusos and Taco Falls, stuff like that. You just give them that, and let's see. I feel like that can work. You know, and then y'all can revise or whatever you want to do. But I'm not for all that. Like some of those people that I feel like shouldn't have got it over Bradley Beal or Devin Booker. And that specifically right there is what results in players going to team up. And that leads me actually to the next thing I want to talk about is, you know, teams that should blow it up, or not necessarily blow it up, but move on from certain players. And we can start right with those two guys. Bradley Beal should definitely be on his way out. I don't think him and John Wall had their best runs. Those runs are behind them. And it's not even necessarily due in fact because of them two, although I don't know if they will ever have won anything together. But it's just they didn't keep their team intact. So, and they never got a real small forward to run with them. So, you know, yeah, he needs to go ahead and start new somewhere. It's a lot of places. Everybody can use a shooter, a scorer. Everybody can use that. So the market for him would definitely be wide open. You know, wide open. I feel sorry for John Wall, though, because, you know, with his injuries and stuff, I don't really see a spot for him on another team. You know, maybe he can go steal a spot on the Knicks. You know, they can use, and they always love getting some new energy. Maybe he go run with the Knicks. That could be something. But I think the Wizards need to completely start over. And I will also suggest the Timberwolves to completely start over. Cat, Wiggins, both gone. Simply because if you wanted to keep Cat, Wiggins market, the market for Wiggins has went down drastically every year. He never lived up to the unfair comparison to LeBron James, but he never lived up to that. His stock has went down every year. Cat stock is very high. So that's what I'm saying. You can get a lot for him. And one trade that I was thinking in my head, even though the two players involved wouldn't like it because they want to play with each other, I definitely think the Warriors should explore, like, if they ultimately end up with a top 3 pick, sending that top 3 pick in D-Lo for Cat. That would be very interesting. Because last year, if Boogie would never got hurt, like, we would have seen another dynamic to the Warriors that we've never seen, which was them playing with the actual scoring center. Like, you know, they always trot out any type of center because they got the scoring. But you trot that out with Steph and Clay and Draymond, insert whoever as the other 3 and D, that'd be dangerous. And plus, I think they know that they got to get bigger because the Lakers flipped the script. Everybody trying to go small ball. They went out here and they playing like it's the 90s. They got three-footers and LeBron, you know. So I think the Warriors will definitely keep in mind that they probably need to get bigger. So, you know, if they potentially could throw out a lineup of Steph, Clay, Blank, Draymond, and Cat to match Anthony Davis, JaVale, LeBron, blah, blah, blah. So I feel like they would definitely explore that, and I would be excited to see that, honestly. I think it's something that they need to look at for sure. And another underrated, just a personal thing that I think needs to be moved is with the Nets, and I think they should move Karis LeVert. And I'm going to tell you why. It's nothing wrong with him. I just feel like when KD comes back, I don't see a place for him. Because Dinwiddie, he's already been showing that he can get comfortable in that 6-man role, that 6-man scoring role. You know, that's his. He got it. And Karis, he's a starter. He needs the ball. So if you're going to have Kyrie and Kevin Durant in the starting lineup, there's no room for that third scorer there. That's what I'm saying. Like, Spencer's already, he looks like he's going to be good in that 6-man role. or he can get into that 6-man role. I trust him in that 6-man role. Karras, he's, and to be honest, they're gonna need more Joe Harris shooters. So I feel like if you can flip Karis LeVert for a nice tall 3-and-D player, similar to a Robert Covington of sorts, I feel like they should go do that. Like that would benefit them greatly.
RP to my big dogs, let's breathe. Me falling off anytime soon, no way. I can't come down. I'm about for a lifetime, and it is. And I get money, that shit right